Welcome to this cooking tutorial with myself, the head chef Stuart and Hannah. We're going to be cooking for you today spaghetti bolognese, chicken korma with steamed rice, mushroom and leek risotto, and what's the other thing to do? Carbonara. See what that, chef?
That's what Hannah said.
Spaghetti carbonara. So for the spag bowl, you're going to need some chopped tomatoes, some minced beef, don't worry about the funny colours just because it's oxidised a little bit, some mushrooms, tomato puree, oil, grated cheddar, mixed herbs, salt and pepper, some veg stock, some beef gravy granules and spaghetti. I won't bother about quantities because it's all just sort of, you can put as much as little in as you want really, but you'll see as we go along. So the first thing we're going to do is just do a bit of basic veg prep.
Okay.
So grab your onion, Hannah, grab your little knife. Your little knife. So what you do is just trim up the top. Right. And you want to, that's it. And then just trim the very bottom of the root. You don't want to actually take the root off because the root is what actually keeps the onion together when you're chopping it. Alright. So then just peel your onion. It's very advisable to take your time because you see a lot of people watch cooking programs and you see the chef going yeah, and they think, oh yeah, I can do that, and before you know it you've lost a finger or so. Always sort of walk before you can run. Right, now you'll understand why I said to keep the root on, because now we're going to dice the onion and rest the knife up against your fingers, right? And then you're just going to go down, but not all the way, you don't go through the onion. That's it, perfect. Right, brilliant. So you're not cutting through the onion. And then you're going to turn, and you're going to go in through the onion, but once again, not all the way through, okay? Let's see, cut through.
Oh,
through there, there, that's it. And now we're going to slice down. We're going to slice down the onion. Perfect. It's what we call mise en place. Basically, it's just it's a fancy way of saying preparation. Now we're going to slice some mushrooms. I'll give you a few mushrooms there to.
Do?
Alright. Just chop down.
I used to get one.
Yeah. Once again, grab your little brown bowl. Put your mushrooms in there. Right, okie dokie. So that's basically our veg prep done, what we need to do. So now we start cooking, so turn your stove to number 6. A little splodge of oil in the bottom of your pan. Because the first thing we've got to do is seal the mix. Alright, so get your spatula. All I would do is, you obviously want it to sort of keep an eye on it, you want it hot. But you don't want it smoking hot, so there's no sort of real, so just test it. I would just put a little bit of mince in. If you hear it, see that's not sizzling at all, so you want it sort of hear it sort of give it a little sizzle.
Oh yeah.
You can hear it sizzling now, so if I give you half the mince. So all we're doing now, like I said to you before, is we're just sealing the meat. Just give a little pinch of salt and pepper in there as well. Salt's very good for extracting flavour. It obviously draws the water and the moisture out of the meat, which is often where a lot of the flavour is. It's the good thing about cooking. It can obviously save you a lot of money because if you buy these sort of, it's a lot healthier. But you buy these sort of ready meals. You buy these ready meals that they're nowhere near as healthy as cooking for yourself. And like I said to the guys I work with, if it saves you time, it costs you money. Obviously, if you were to buy a spaghetti bolognese, someone's already made it for you. It's just as easy to make 5 portions as it is to make 1. So if you're going to make something, like what we're doing now, this spaghetti bolognese, we can use this. You can make it into lasagna, you can make it into chili con carne, you can make it into burritos. There's so many things we can do with this. So make up 5 portions and freeze it down because it's you're using the same amount of heat.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more cost effective. I mean, I do that at home. I live by myself. I'm not going to turn the oven on to sort of heat up one pizza. So if I'm turning the oven on, I'll cook off a pie. I'll do, you know, I'll use the whole oven for quite a few things. I should be starting to break down. Yeah, look, so yours is right. I'd actually pull that off a little bit now. Your stove seems to be a lot better than my stove for some reason.
I just think I'm a better chef.
I'll probably, yeah. Just chuck that into there now, because what we're going to do now is we're going to use the same pan to fry our onions and everything off. Another squid of oil. Squid of oil for you. We're going to get your onion. Clove and garlic. Give it a good press and then just. Now chuck your onions in your pan. That's it. Give it a good stir. So yeah, if it gets too hot, then just turn it down a little bit. And chuck your mushrooms in. Another little bit of salt and pepper, because like I say, mushrooms contain a hell of a lot of water.
Yeah.
You'll find when you cook them down, they'll disappear to not nothing, but so there's a lot of water. And like I said to you before, when you're making a soup or anything like that, the salt draws out that flavour, draws out that water. So it's quite important to actually season the food while you're making it rather than at the end. Right, and then you can add your mince back into that. Yeah. Look at you messy monkey.
Well, I can't help it.
This is veg stock, right? But it's powdered form. You normally get like veg stock in like a cube. You know, like a cube. I actually found, yeah, a cube's obviously fine, but you've got to put water in. You've obviously got to, it's water soluble, you've got to put it in with water, whereas a powder one, you just sprinkle it in as you go, you know, you don't have to actually make it up as a veg stock. But the thing with a spag bol, I always find the sort of, not the secret if you want, but it's a lot of people sort of cook it for 10 minutes and go, oh, that's it, we're good to go. You don't. You want to cook it for about 3/4 of an hour on a really low heat. There's 4 what we call seasoning vegetables: carrots, leeks, onions, and celery. They're the 4 sort of vegetables that you use for making soups, stock, sauces. They're called like the mirepoix veg, you know. But they're the ones that add all the flavour. I'm going to put a little bit of. This is just all like gravy granules, all right? Just to give it a bit of a meaty flavour, because we've put a spoonful of that in. Plus, like I say, we're going to be cooking this out for about 3/4 of an hour, which is going to reduce. So while we're letting that simmer, every now and again, every sort of 3, 4, 5 minutes, give it a stir, because it will catch on the bottom. If it catches on the bottom and burns, then obviously that takes the whole. You get that burnt taste throughout the whole dish then. So every now and again, just give it a stir on the bottom to stop it from catching. If it does catch on the bottom, then don't stir the bottom. Just stir. You're just going to get that burnt flavour through it. So just, as long as it's simmering, it's not boiling rapidly, it should be fine. Now we're going to cook the spaghetti. Got your pan of boiling water. There's an old wives' tale, I don't know if there's, some people put a little drop of oil in it. It apparently stops the spaghetti sticking together. Whether that's true or not, I don't really know, to be honest with you. So when you put your spaghetti in the pan, just rest it in the side. You should be able to gently squeeze it. Just be very careful with your hands. Alright, you're probably going to cook this for about, I don't know, 12 minutes I would have thought, something like that.
Yeah.
You don't know, is it too salty, is it not salty enough? So if you think it needs a bit more. Like I said to you before, you can always add, you can never take away. Right, so this pasta's almost cooked. You want to cook what we call al dente. Right, you don't want to overcook the pasta. al dente means to the teeth, so it's still got a bit of crunch in it. Right. Probably just another minute. So that's been cooking for about 10 minutes now. So that's been on there, that's been cooking for about 3/4 of an hour on a very low heat, alright, just to really try and get as much flavour in it as we can. Put the garlic bread in probably about 200 degrees, only for about 4 or 5 minutes, alright, it won't take very long at all. I mean, obviously if you like it more well done, leave it in for longer. Here's spaghetti. Bowl. Nice bread out. And then just dollop of spaghetti Bolognaise on the top. Sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan on the top. A little bit of grated cheddar if you want. Cheddar. Couple bits of garlic bread. I always think it's quite important, it sounds silly, but people eat with their eyes before they eat with their mouth. If you have two dishes, both cook exactly the same, both taste exactly the same, but one you go, oh that looks really nice, and one you go, oh it doesn't look, it's, like I say, people go, oh you know, I love that one thanks, because it's, like I say, they eat with their eyes before they eat with their mouth. Well, I hope you found that useful, really enjoyed it, hope you had fun. Love to know your feedback, obviously that's the main reason for doing these things, is to know that what we're doing you're enjoying it and you're learning something from it. And also, what else if we do these videos again, what you'd like to know in the next one. Alright, so from Hannah and myself,
thank you very much for
take
watching.
care and see you soon. Alright, cheers, bye.